Hey guys, Whitney Cherry here. I'm the 4-H agent in Calhoun County with the University of Florida Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences Extension Service. And this is a video tutorial on how to use our solar oven kit and the solar oven lesson plan that accompanies that. These kits are created to help our volunteers teach science, technology, engineering, and math, or you'll hear me call it STEM concepts, in their clubs, in their homes. They're for teachers to use in their classrooms and get some hands-on experiential learning and use the inquiry process that we're so fond of in 4-H. If you don't know anything about 4-H, 4-H uses a learn by doing process, and we are a youth development program. It is in cooperation with universities and land-grant universities in particular across the nation. And so in Florida, we are attached to both the University of Florida and FAMU. And I specifically work for the University of Florida, as it does, I believe, have the largest portion of 4-H services and extension in particular. So I am grateful to be with you guys today. Very excited about this kit. This kit was chosen as one of our summer library reading program kits. They partner with us each year. They have 4-H screened volunteers in their libraries, and they do summer reading camps, summer learning reading programs, and every year they get science-related kits from 4-H to use in their program. So this was chosen as a spotlight kit for them, and as such, we have added a book to it. So when you get your kit, all of the materials should be in there. Some things are perishable, so if you give us a heads up ahead of time, we will have the perishables in there. If not, you'll be responsible for purchasing those. There are some perishables in this kit, but everything that you need otherwise is in there. So the Solar Ovens lesson plan comes, of course, with a written lesson plan. It comes with this video for you to watch if you'd rather watch the video. And the purpose of the kit is to teach kids how we can use the sun and solar energy in our everyday lives, how we can use it to do different things. So we're talking about alternative energy sources, clean energy, and also it gives us an opportunity to talk about the engineering design process and how engineers can use different materials and different just new inventive things to make our lives better. And we coupled that with solar energy in particular. So the book that we chose, the one tip that I will give you for this kit is that these are pizza box solar ovens. So if you're not familiar with the concept, there are 2 pizza box solar ovens that are pre-created for you in the kit. So it comes with the pizza ovens already created. These are clean pizza boxes. They were not used, they were donated by a local pizza store, restaurant here in our town, in our county. And I created the solar oven pizza kits, the pizza box solar ovens. If you would like instructions on how to do that, there are written printed instructions with a photo tutorial in the kit, and also I've created a video and posted online as well showing me making one of these, so you can learn from my mistakes if you'd like to. But because it is a pizza box, it's going to take some time. It's not like popping it in the microwave and 30 seconds later you're going to have s'mores, because s'mores are the activity that we've chosen for this particular group of students. And that said, you're going to want to go ahead and set this up outside so that it can go ahead and be preheating. You may also want to go ahead and have the children assemble the s'mores and for cooking, for baking, and go ahead and place them in the oven and have them going while you're reading. So that's something to consider. I've made a note of that in the lesson plan, but think about this. This is one of the few kits that you may have to think about a little bit ahead of time and make sure that you have yourself organized in such a way that you're not sitting around staring with nothing else to do at a pizza box praying for some marshmallows to heat up and melt a little bit, okay? So we do live in Florida. It gets very, very hot on good sunny days. The time of day that you'll be doing this, I know, is around lunch or right after, so they're the hottest part of the day, so perfect there. At least preheat. If not, go ahead and if you're not going to go ahead and put everything in and let the kids start the s'mores and then backtrack to the activity later. So that said, after you've got everything set up and decided what order you're going to put your s'mores in, you're going to read the book If I Built a Car. And I love this book. It is a book that uses rhyme, which I love, of course, and most young children do, and it's very melodious, you know, that kind of melodious text that you associate with rhyme, and the child's imagination is spectacular. It's quite amazing. So you'll read the book with the kids, and then of course we have a let's take a closer look, and we discuss some of the concepts from the book. So you'll ask the kids questions, all included in the lesson plan for you, like, how is this little boy's car different from cars we drive today? What was your favorite change that he made? How do or did you know that engineers today make changes to everyday things to make them better? And I provided some examples, like electric pencil sharpeners. Remember the day I had to crank the pencil sharpener on the wall? Touchscreen cell phones are not all that old, believe it or not. It seems like we've had them forever, but we really haven't. So talk about how just telephone technology went from, you know, even from letters to telegraphs to telephone and then to cell phones. And if you had the first cell phones in the bags like we did when I was very, very young, then we went to flip phones and whatnot. So you can walk them through the evolution of the phone to what we have now. Plastic has not been around forever, believe it or not. So you can talk about plastic, Velcro, command strips. Command strips are a relatively new thing that are on the market. And, you know, the whole idea, the premise was that you wouldn't have to put holes in the wall or put anything on your wall that would pull off the paint or the wallpaper. And that's kind of a big deal. We have a whole generation of youth who have never had to nail anything to the wall. You put a command strip up there, there's no sense of permanency to that. So getting them thinking about how engineers have used their imagination to come up with new materials, new processes, new designs for things that we use every day and that make our lives even better. And then we talk about how there are lots of different ways that engineers work to improve people's lives. One of those ways is finding out how to use different kinds of energy to help us. For instance, did you know that sun can power cars? And you can talk about solar powered cars. And if they don't believe you, I know that I have one laying around here somewhere. We have calculators. I'll put one in the kit for you, as a matter of fact. So we have solar power calculators. Street lights, especially those along interstates, are solar powered. They have a solar cell in them. The timer is solar powered. In some instances, street lamps are completely solar powered. The solar generator stores energy from the sun from the day, and then of course the solar cell puts that energy back out during the night until it's depleted. There are lots and lots of things that are solar powered. So today we're going to use the sun to power something else fun. And the investigation then is, how can we use the sun to make s'mores or energy from the sun? Your materials are, of course, a pizza box solar oven. I told you that I've included 2 of those in here. Plastic wrap. I've included an extra roll of plastic wrap for you. You will need, of course, graham crackers, which we provided, large marshmallows, and some chocolate bars. So we have those things available for you as well. And the newspaper, if you're wondering what I did with that, the newspaper is inside of the pizza box solar oven. You'll see why later. And of course, some napkins. If there aren't enough on the roll of paper towels, then I'm sure you will have some at your location. And then in every kit, you can expect to have the extension letter, which just connects children from this activity to more 4-H activities that are available in our county. So please make sure that every child takes one of those home at the conclusion of your program when you use this kit. And then we try to keep some 4-H stickers in the kits. So especially in the libraries, all the kids make sure that they each get a Heart 4-H sticker before they leave, because we do want them to be aware that the materials and lessons are provided by 4-H through and used through the generosity of the libraries, of course. So we have all of our materials together. So I will show you how to set up your pizza oven. Whether you set it up before or after, it's all the same principle. So it's very simple to use. You can see that we've cut out the top of the pizza box and lined that with a reflective surface. In this case, it's aluminum foil. You can see that the rest of the pizza box is covered in the plastic wrap, which is done to help trap those greenhouse gases. If you're familiar with that process, that's why your car heats up and why greenhouses work. In the bottom of the pizza box, you'll see I have lined it with aluminum foil simply for sanitation purposes. I don't want things to drip out into the box and it begin to soak up foods and oils that would attract insects or breed other diseases that we would not want in our food in the future. And then this black foam core, you can use anything for that, but keep it on there. That is, of course, a dark color, which will absorb all of the heat energy, which is good because we don't want to reflect it back out. We want it to stay in. So to set this up, you're going to sit it down wherever you want it to be, and open it up. Then the newspaper that I told you would be inside, you will roll it tightly, and I'm not going to do the whole box because we don't really have time. Well, we do have time, but who wants to sit here and watch me roll up newspaper? Nah. So, once you roll that tightly, you will line all 4 sides. And you may be able to roll it, you can see here that I probably can roll 2 and squeeze them in together. If you need to tape it, that's fine. There will be some extra tape in the kit as well. It's a metal, aluminum looking metallic duct tape type material. Actually, it is duct tape. So once you get the newspaper around, that helps to insulate and keep the heat from escaping through the side of the box. Do that all the way around. After you have done that, take plastic wrap and cover the inside of your box. And it's okay if it hangs out of the edges for right now. That's not a problem. The reason we're doing that, again, is for sanitation purposes. We don't want anything to soak into this black foam core. I don't want to have to replace that. And we don't want anything to soak into the newspaper, which can be left if you'd like to, but if it gets dirty, you know, that's an easy thing to recycle or throw away. So plastic wrap all over the bottom, and then of course you can imagine how you would take graham crackers out. They're long, so you're gonna break it in half, so you have 2 pieces. Lay those out. On one side you will have a marshmallow, and on the other you will have a square of chocolate. So you'll open the chocolate bars and break off individual rows or squares of chocolate and place those on the other half of your graham cracker. So all over, make sure there's enough for every child in your 2 boxes. Once you have it lined with plastic wrap, well, insulated, lined with plastic wrap, and then all of your all of your graham crackers and marshmallows and stuff are in, then you close up your pizza box. And if you need to tape this, it is not going to hurt my feelings. So you can try to put it inside or outside. Either way is fine, as long as it's nice and tight. And then you're going to use this reflective surface to reflect as much of the sun's light into the box as you possibly can. And you can tape this back with the tape that we include, or you can use a ruler or a stick to prop this up. So then it's a set it and forget it kind of thing. Just leave it in the sun, and it will begin to melt the chocolate and the marshmallows. And once they're nice and warm and looking like they might ooh and goo a little bit when you mash them, then you just open up the pizza box. Whoop, get out the bottom, didn't I? Open up the pizza box and give a child each half of the s'more and have them smash it and enjoy. And then of course your paper towels are to clean up their little faces and hands afterwards. So as you can see, this is a very simple activity that shows them how we can use the energy from the sun, heat energy of course, to create an oven. You can talk about extension activities and how to create different types of solar ovens at the end, and ways to improve the solar oven. So that will all happen in your reflection process. After they've had their s'mores, you come back in to the cool air conditioning and talk about how engineers work to improve our lives, how we can use the sun to help us with other projects, and what are some changes we can make to improve our oven, what are some other things that we can cook with our oven. And of course I list some ideas here for you, such as hot dogs and cheese quesadillas. So that's this kit. Very simple, very easy project. The one thing that you have to think ahead about is when you're going to put your s'mores in, and you may want to practice. Just open your materials, put one in the day before, and see how long it takes it to cook, because the unfortunate thing is that cook times vary based on the temperature outside and the amount of sun that you're getting. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining us, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact the Calhoun County Extension Office here in Calhoun County, Florida, and ask for Whitney Cherry, 4-H agent. Thank you.